Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So what we're going to be doing for this evening is episode 3 of Chasing Dallas. Oh god, I don't remember the name of the episode. I don't know, it'll be in the description. Y'all watched it, y'all know what happened. Okay, so first of all, 30 minutes. So kudos to Chasing Dallas for giving us more content this week. So we start back at Reese's party where Tony is being introduced to everyone. And so as soon as he saw King Kane, he went from 0 to 100. He just couldn't get his emotions in check. And I really didn't understand why, but apparently there's a backstory, and we're getting bits and pieces of said backstory and what is the real issue between the two. Before we can get to that, my edges is all over the place today. Reese is talking to somebody who's bringing a container or something, I guess a food or a cake or some dessert or something into the party, and he's saying how Charles flaked on the party, but when he went on his Instagram, clearly Charles is at somebody's bar, living it up, twerking it down, all them good things, and clearly he didn't care that he wasn't at the event that he said he was going to be, because he all on Instagram Live, dropping it low. So Reese seems to take offense, and rightly so. He says, well, I went to his empty ass event. He couldn't bring his little raggedy behind to my event. And at that point, the editors of this show are being in the 20th queen of the cast, or the 11th, 12th queen of the cast, because they literally do a pan of Reese's event. Crickets, nobody's there. I don't know if this is before the event even started, if the party was in full swing. I don't know. But they did pay. As soon as Reese G said, well, I went to his empty shit, he couldn't come to my event, and keep paying across, and there's nobody there. But I digress. Now, I put, okay, so Markel is doing his confessionals. Hold on. Okay. That threw me for a loop. Got a little choked. But Markel is doing his confessionals. And he said that King Kane is in his best Coachella outfit. Even King Kane said he was wearing his best of his Baychella. And I was like, okay. And Markel said it was country club attire. Whose country club are they at? Where he's wearing that? That's my question. Not that the outfit wasn't cute, but it most assuredly. I wasn't country club. It wasn't. It just wasn't. Words mean things, and that's not what that. It's not what that was. So apparently, Tony P and King Kane got into some Facebook situations. So I'm assuming that it's after he turned the little girl orange, and King Kane, of course, that's being his friend. He said, I guess maybe the baby girl put a post up about don't go to this person. This is what he did to me. Blase blue 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 blue. And so, that being King Kane's friend, he then also stated something on baby girl's post. Tony P saw it. He didn't like it. They exchanged words back and forth. Tony was like, I guess, when I see you, it's on sight. I'm going to run up on you. So when Tony Price probably sees him at this party, King Kane, I think, immediately goes on the defensive because his energy was slightly different. It was like a, I stay ready that way I don't have to get ready type of situation. So when he said, oh no, the last time we spoke, you said you wanted to run up. So why did you want to run up? And he said it like, well, we can do this right now if you want to. Like, I mean, it ain't nothing. Let's get it popping. So then Tony Price, I put, starts backpedaling and pussy popping. And so we then switched to Premier and his confessionals, talking about how you can't just say you're gonna run up on somebody, and then when you see them, because that could mean anywhere. When I see you on site, that means it's on site. It could be at the grocery store, it could be at a funeral, it could be in church service. When I see you, it's on site. Little girl. So when, first of all, I have a couple questions. I have one question. Why is Premier dressed like a Dementor in his confessionals? Like, I was really about to say expecto patronum. I don't understand what was happening with him. It was just, he's doing, why, okay. So, King Kane wanted to know why Tony Price wasn't keeping that same energy and why he wanted to run up. And he said, we haven't talked since that situation, whether it be 6 months, a year, whatever the time frame was. And then I guess at the beginning of the shooting for this show, and sometime it was then recently, I guess, of them filming, Tony Price started to refollow King Kane on all his social media, and I guess he tagged him in a couple things. And he was like, now, why all of a sudden is your energy changing towards me? You wasn't fucking with me before. Why are you fucking with me now? Which is a good question. We didn't get that answer, but okay. They continue to have the back and forth. I can hear Tony. What Tony is saying, I don't know. I feel like for some of it, they went back in later and had him re-record what was being said. But King Kane's responses to whatever Tony was saying, I couldn't hear him. I couldn't hear anything he was saying. Somebody tried to call Tony. Oh, Premier tried to calm. They separated them, and so Premier tried to calm Tony down, and he was like, he was drinking the mimosa, and he was like, "Ooh, what is this? The exotic drink? Is this nectarine?" I wasn't aware the nectarines were exotic, but you know, what do I know? So the next event, Markel is saying the next event, he's going to do a game night with just the cast, no plus ones, no extra people, so they can get to the bottom of what is happening between everybody and see if they can get everybody on one accord. Okay. So, after that, we go to Premier, who's meeting his Roe, who is his party planner. Premier is trying to plan an event. It's Wings and Hennessy, which sounds like an event specifically for me, because he is having two of my favorite things, Wings and Hennessy. So he goes to meet his party planner at this restaurant. I don't understand why his party planner has a sun visor across his face and using them like their sunglasses. Like, literally, he walked up on... Hold on. Let me see. I don't think I can use that. Like, okay, here. So he walked up on him and the sunglasses was covering his face like this. Baby, what you doing? What you doing? You look crazy. You also favor Andrew Caldwell a little bit with that visor on, but you know, once you took him off, I can see that you're not him. But that, the most beloved, just the absolute most. So he's talking about the plans for the Hennessy and Wings party, which I'm gonna try and find me a Henny and Wing party, or do my own Henny and Wing party, where I'm the only guest, so I can eat all the wings and drink all the Henny. But he says that in Dallas, all the parties are so pretentious, and then he used another word, which I'm not exactly sure what, stush, and they even spelled it in the, and I wrote it down, in the closed captioning. It was like stush, S-T-U-S-H. I am thinking stuck up and stuffy. Stush? I don't know. He made that up. It's now a word. But he said there's no budget for his party. He's like, how am I going to become a staple here in Dallas if there's a budget to my party? So there's no budget. But you just having Hennessy and wings, so how much more expensive could it actually, you know what? I'll keep that on the low. So Markel is now doing an interview at a radio station, and he talks about all the shows he's been on. He talks about how he was on Bill Cunningham, and they showed the clip, which was hilarious, when he got down on his knee, said, let me act like Bill. So how am I not doing? I said, oh, the baby went off. He went off. He went off. I said, okay. All right. So he had been in a 7-year relationship, and it didn't work out. And so they ended up breaking up, especially after the episode of Cheaters, where he rolled up on him and found him with somebody else, and they got into a big fight and stuff. So we then skipped to game night at Markel's. Now, Reese G has been killing me with his confessional looks. And this latest one, this baby got on a turban and a red velour robe, looking like the finest of aunties. Okay. I said, all right, auntie. Auntie Reese. Auntie Arvis. Okay. All right. So, Markel, I'm assuming it's the, like the, you know, some developments have, I can't think of the name of the house it's called, like an open house, or where if you need to do like a public gathering, you can like coordinate with the rental office to use the common area in the, oh God, I can't think of it, and I'm tired, and it's late, and I can't think of it, and it's gonna come to me at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm waking up, that's what it's called. Y'all know what I mean. So he's having the game night. Everybody shows up, including Charles, and some tight breeches. Alright, I can see your colon. What's happening, boo? Why? Why can I count the sperms in your left and your right ball? What's happening? What's going on? Why are your pants so tight? But I digress. Premier shows up with this friend shirt. Child, I just knew he was going to start singing Jolene. Please don't take my man. Jolene. Jolene. Just because you can. Okay. You know what? Yeah. So, apparently, Reese G, well, Charles had an issue with Reese G because when he, I guess when they in first getting to know each other, Charles told Reese G who he was dating, and Reese G was like, oh no, now I'm about to put you on game, and you my new friend, I know X, Y, and Z about this person. Let me give you the real rundown on this person that I know, so you know what you're getting into. And so Charles said that in his confessional that Reese G is not the reason that him and the person broke up. But not too long after, whatever it was that Reese G said, Charles and the person parted ways. Now, Charles was alluding to the fact that Reese G told him the information about the boy because Reese G wanted him for Charles for himself. I didn't get that vibe from Reese G. He seemed more like, oh, you my good girlfriend. I'm not going to let you get played out like this. Let me tell you what's going on, whoop-de-woo, and whatever. But Charles says feminine guys don't never approach him, and he's not attracted to feminine guys, so Reese G is not his type. And okay. And so they're just getting to the Charles and Reese G are just getting to the nitty bitty gritty of their conversation when you hear breaking glass in the other room, and you see Tony G and B King are now in an altercation argument, and it looks like what it looked like when we then go back in. It looks like B King is getting Tony Price together about whatever he accused him of. But then we go to stay tuned for the scenes next episode, and they'll go into more depth about it, I guess, next week. But unless they edited this out of their conversation, we as an audience did not see at any point in time anyone say anything about Tony Price being homeless, sleeping on anybody's sofa. At no point did we hear that type of conversation. What we heard was King Kane and B King talking about, do you know Tony Price? Yes, I know him. I hired him to do a job, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. He was like, oh, because he did some makeup for my friend and turned her face orange. That's it. That's all the conversation that we got between King Kang and B King. Reese G went back because, here again, carrying bones. And here's my other issue. If someone brings you a bone and they bold enough to tell you, you know, this person said XYZ about you. When I come back to confront the people who said X, Y, and Z, I am not going to say, oh, a little birdie told me, blah, blah, blue, 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 blue. No, no, no. No, 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 because that just causes more mess. Here's what it is. This one right here I did our eyebrows. We were having a conversation about the party that Charles threw. And this was what was said at the party between you and you. Is that what you said? And then we go from there. All this, a little birdie told me, somebody said, they said, blah, I don't like the indirectness. If y'all really want to get a resolution to everything, we really want it to be out on the table, name names. That way, there's no deniability about who said what, who did what. It just is what it is. And then somebody, if you feeling away and you feeling froggy, then you can leave. And then we can go from there. But that's just, I don't know, maybe that's just a Scorpio in me. I don't know. I don't like that. A little birdie told me. Who told you? Are they in this room? Well then, come down to the congregation. It's time to come to Jesus. Let's get it. Let's hash it out. Let's get it. Because you're going to be held accountable for what you told them. And I hope you told them the truth. But Reese seems to be a little messy. A lot messy. So we'll see what happens. I think that's it for this evening. This has been a long day. I've worked. I've gone to choir rehearsal and watched this video twice, made notes, just so I can bring you this review before I go to bed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share. Tell a friend. Tell somebody you don't like. I don't know. But that is it for now, and I'll see you on the next one.